of training that hasn't happened because you're coaching. And I think
down go the start gantries, and the first heat in the women's K1 short course is underway.
Oy, somebody's got left right on the start line there, potentially from Japan. Ohashi. There's Fernandez.
Fernandez in shot. Powerful start. In the background is Dory Kemp.
Melina Anderson, blue boat, yellow tips to her. Right is Kemp, doing a good job there. Coming across to her is Zironi from Italy. There she is in shot. Paddling super nice. And she's made it across to Anderson. That's where you want to be.
That's position A.
Rebecca Mann just outside her in the white boat, white shirt with the Australian colours. Kahalmi to her right, also there. Fernandez. And then 85 on the far side. Eva Barrios struggling at the moment. Currently 6th, 7th, and not in contention. That's Barrios just gone out of shot.
Yeah.
Really not with this front group at all. Mann doing a good job tucking into the V. There's Kemp, there's Rosa, there's Barrios. Got the Argentinian there as well.
Anderson's turning on the heat at the front there.
Kahalmi looking good.
Fernandez would love to get more up onto the wave on the left.
From Portugal, also there, Maria Ray at the back of that. She was 5th at the European, so she's in form too. The Danish fan club there, they're all over it. A couple of medalists there from the Masters earlier this week. Round the bottom turn they go. Anderson leads from Fernandez on the outside. The Italian Zironi. Tucked in the back, Rebecca Mann doing a good job. Kahalmi in the red boat fighting with the Portuguese Ray in 5th and 6th. Kahalmi comes out best there. Just behind Ray is Kemp. With Kemp is Rosa. And Barrios, what is, well, you don't know what's happened in her year, but Barrios, you would expect her to be up in this front 5.
Right up at the sharp end. Kahalmi coming off a very good sprint season at the ICF Worlds,
right.
Double medalist,
Nice.
so brings real speed into this event.
So Portugal with Ray just off the back of this group, struggling to keep in contact. Mann doing a good job, just as she did last year. Kahalmi looking strong on the outside.
Melina Anderson certainly showing the sort of shape she's bringing into this year's event.
She likes leading. I think if you're going to race her, you'd want to push her into some area of discomfort for her, but it's easier to say that than to do it, obviously.
She leads into the portage boat, almost gets away from her, but she keeps it under control.
She left her foot in long enough to hold on to it. Kahalmi, never the fastest runner. She struggles a little bit on the run-in. Anderson away, and possibly away permanently.
Mann running that portage nicely.
Barrios still at the back there.
Melina Anderson is now putting space between herself and the rest of this women's field on the run.
Rosa running well, running past Ray of Portugal. Anderson with all the time in the world.
Does she go it alone?
Yep, she loves it.
That's it, off she goes.
Mann second in. Fernandez third. Kahalmi 4th, Greta Rosa 5th now. Done a good job of working her way through the crowd.
Ai Ohashi. Japanese paddler from Tokyo.
Anderson away. Mann isn't going to close that gap, I don't think, unless Anderson stops, and that's hugely, hugely unlikely. Fernandez clinging on to Rebecca Mann. Cahalmi just behind her. That's your front four. Again, 6 to qualify. Oh,
somebody snagged on a buoy there.
Fernandez
It's
just
Fernandez.
got caught. Sometimes if the buoys are angled down, being pushed downstream, the string that attaches them is visible and a problem at the top end. She may have got caught on the string of the buoy. Man, just relax down, I think, at this stage. You don't need to follow Anderson. You only need to come top 6.
Melina Anderson is just going to time trial this,
which is a happy place. Nice wave from the cameraman there.
While he's busy, Lawler's glasses need some of that as well.
Yeah,
so
they do.
Come and give him a good scrub. Caroline Fink in the red boat, being shadowed by Holstrup. This is super impressive from Melina Anderson.
I mean, when you race people like this, you would never want a time trial against someone like that. So when you race them, you've got to put them in positions that are uncomfortable for them, and you've got to do that consistently and persistently, just to unsettle them, keep them out of that rhythm. Put the puddler like that in a position like that. What are you going to do with it? She's off and away.
With respect, there are not many women that have got the firepower to put her under heat.
No.
Really, you'd have to put a sort of an excited Vanda Kisley next to her to make her jump in.
Yeah.
And out of her comfort zone.
Rosa leads from Ray and the Italian Zironi. Hats off to Rebecca Mann. She's staying with the pace. They're all comfortable qualifiers though. I don't really get what the stress is about. Yeah, it's fastest 6 plus 8 slowest or fastest losers.
Bottom turn can for the last time. Oh, we have a withdrawal. Out of the water comes Erica Cardozo of Brazil. Not happy at all. Anderson completes the last turn around the bottom turn
Man
can.
did a much better job of that turn than Anderson as well. So. Is she going to get back in? Oh, she was the one who got left on the start. So looked super uncomfortable at the start and isn't looking much more comfortable now. Ray and Rosa pulled away from Zironi.
Hugging right on the right-hand side in the reeds to stay away from the current on the Naretva.
Then Kemp and Barrios. Barrios is nowhere. Nowhere. She must have had a tough... Well, she was 4th at the Europeans, though. 4th at the Europeans not that long ago. But that is not the Barrios we know.
Yeah.
Here we go back to...
All she needs to do is bank a sixth.
Yeah. Mathilde Forest from France in that group also. Here's your leader though. Second portage coming up. The gap will open again on the running, I'm sure.
Right-hand portage option again. Smooth out of the boat. And just like she did on the first portage, she's going to put another 20 meters between herself and the rest of the field as she continues her solo mission at the front of the first heat in the women's K1 short course.
Man second, Spaniard, Fernandez third, then Cahalmi in shot there with the red boat. That's your front four. Then I think it's Rosa and Ray are 5th and 6th.
Melina Anderson takes off at the start of her final lap.
Anderson, Cahalmi, so it's Fernandez away 2nd, Man away 3rd, Cahalmi 4th, Rosa 5th, Forrest, Foray there. Hostrup.
Hostrup of Denmark. Back with our race leader and leader by a country mile, Melina Anderson. Gives you a great perspective shot as they do the top turn can for the final time.
So Ray of Portugal holding on to that final automatic qualifying position. 2 positions ahead of Eva Barrios, who really is up against it here. She's going to get her fastest 8th, I'm sure. And maybe just needs a bit of time to get her thoughts together and get back to form for the final. Gap's opened up now. Rebecca Mann has given up the chase. That's a wise move, I think. It was a futile chase anyway, because even if you caught up, you weren't any better off.
Anderson's lapping paddlers now.
From Japan.
Ai Ohashi, 22-year-old from the Bank Club in Tokyo.
Brazilian struggling just a little bit out there. She does not look comfortable. I'm wondering, yeah, the Brazilians I thought only brought a para team. So I'm wondering if she is one of the para athletes, or
we'll have to dig deep into that and see.
Have to look at the lists there.
Well, it's a statement of intent in terms of defending her title. It's been pretty impressive from start to finish for Melina Anderson. Caroline Fink in the red boat. The Anderson Roadshow to the finish continues.
Looking second, third and fourth there. Fernandez has moved up to second. Mann is struggling now, having chased for that whole lap on her own. She's still going to finish fourth, still going to qualify.
That race for second, third, fourth is a bit of a moot point when somebody is so utterly dominant in the race as Melina Anderson is here.
You're struggling with that bottom turn to get anywhere near those turn boys, though. I think you should be a bit closer than that, wouldn't you? Maybe she likes a bit of extra distance. And that's lightning. And
the storm persists here in Metkovic. You might not have seen it on screen, but the officials are keeping a very close eye on the proximity of the storm, and there is thunder and lightning around. It caused the earlier delay of these women's heats. We should be moving on with the program a little bit later, which will ultimately lead to the finals in the short course for the men's and the women. Let's keep our fingers, toes and any other available appendage crossed to make sure that that doesn't interfere any further.
So Ray, Rosa are 5th and 6th, then Zironi is 7th, but I'm certain that would be an automatic qualifier as well. Not quite the tight racing we saw in the men's heats a few minutes ago, but certainly impressive from Melina Anderson. And it was the portaging again that did it.
Well, it's been the all-round package from her, it really has. Given that it's a heat, to be able to go it alone and just time trial yourself for 15 minutes is ultimately an unnecessary exercise, but she's decided to do it and she's been solid. Start to finish, she hasn't taken her foot off the pedal for a second.
So there's confirmation that Cardoso from Brazil has been lapped.
And the crowd that's bravely sat through the rain here to watch this heat have really appreciated this display from Melissa Anderson. Big round of applause. There's a bit of a race going on for third here. So.
This is 5th, 6th, and 7th.
This is
so
the second
why
chasing
the hurry. That's the hurry there.
Anderson canters home,
first.
and you can drive
Then you've got
15 buses between.
Second and third. Then there's Rebecca Mann behind these two. Was in 4th. Then it's 5th, 6th, and 7th was what we saw, that little flurry of activity about, and it looked like Rosa was going to be the one who lost out on the automatic qualification, but I'm certain that she will be in the fastest 8.
Zeroni
did really well,
Ray.
because she was off the back of those two on the bottom turn and came past both to finish in 5th place.
And then Greta Rosa.
Junior last year. Then Barrios and Kemp.
There's your talking point of this heat.
Yeah, you wonder and you feel for people in that position. That's not who either Barrios is, and it's Mathilde and Hostrup. Hartley finishing now behind Fink.
She's in all likelihood in trouble for qualifying.
It's going to be tight for her for sure.
I think Dory Kemp from New Zealand will get through. She might be on the squeaky end of that cutoff, but for the Mana Kayak Club paddler from Wellington, she might be squeaking through. Interesting person, actually, Dory in the Kiwi colours. Student of biomedical science. Doing a whole lot of research on brain cancers, and yeah, it's
the rest of us
stuff.
are just grateful there are people that clever out there.
Yeah.
Ashi.
For the Japanese athletes, there's always a race within a race. They want to be the best of the Asian athletes in every race, every heat.
There's your winner.
Tricky afternoon. You don't quite know how much time you've got to wind down and then build yourself up again, because with the weather whizzing around at the moment, there's no certainty about when that final is going to happen. So tricky for them.
Koja će biti pobjednica, koja će biti svetska prvakinja, koja će se zauvijek zapisati u istoriju Metkovića kao svetska prvakinja na 3400 metara. To ćemo tek vidjeti.
I'm sure the people at Bank Club in Tokyo are sitting around their computers or their TV screens cheering on Ai Ohashi as she comes down to the line to complete her heat in the K1 women's short course. Pernille Holstrup and Caroline Fink.
1974 Estonia, Nina Riosa, 98 Anite Ba.
And then on the water, the women ready to take part in the second heat make up the balance of that final.